As you can see, this is like the standard caliper, carrier, disc, and it, on the 17-inch rim, doesn't look too impressive, and that looks a lot better. You'll need to do the conversion on a Mark III, and if you're going 5x100 on a Mark II as well. So you need a TT or similar S3 vented rear caliper, the carrier, a Polo 6N2 or 9N2 was it 6N3 for the same Polo rear wheel bearing with the ABS ring adapted onto it. Obviously the 256 vented rear disc, and because this car's got ABS and take the old ones off, they always break, we've also bought a new ABS sensor. And this is the kit basically. It's very simple. It's the 10mm adapter that bolts on, that gives you where the bolts bolt onto for the carrier, and this bolts through with these 10mm longer bolts, which are 12.9 tensile, and you've got an 8mm spacer, which is for the carrier, but you end up using those bolts which are long enough. So it's a pretty simple plug and play. We'll just run that through with you now. How it's done is pretty simple. This is what the standard stub axle looks like on the Mark III, because you've got the ABS sensor. On the Mark II it's similar, just without the hole and the bolt for the ABS sensor. So this is the difference. So as you can see, the stud pattern here is the same, and as you can see, here is where the bolts go for the caliper carrier. Moved the old stub axle, caliper, carrier, disc, dust plate, everything. Clean down this surface. This will leave off to the side because we're going to unplug it. Now the stub axles are actually sided from left to right. That orientation is the same with the hole to this side. As you can see, the other one is the other way around, so the ABS sensor won't work. So don't get these mixed up, they only go on one way. So now we've bolted the ABS on the right way around. So then put the adapter on, facing the right way, which is that way. Yep, that way. Sensor in place. Dust cover next. Helps if we remove the big nut. Got our hub flange with the ABS ring on the back. Just ease that on. Making sure not to damage it. You can just see those bolts clear perfectly. There you go, just put the cap on it now. Because you need to trim off a little bit off the dust cover so that it actually clears the carrier. So let's bolt this back on again. So then you have the 8mm spacer, caliper carrier goes in there, and as you can see, you need the 8mm spacer to take up the space. there you have it, ready enough for the caliper to go on. The pads on now. Get the left side caliper, which is this one. And then that's it. And you've got the caliper on. So it's a matter of just tightening these up. Connect up the handbrake cable. So that's the handbrake done. Now, with these, normally what you would do is you would actually turn this round. So this is like a conversion plate, because this is a banjo bolt. So you can actually fit your standard Mark II, Mark III line. You turn this round. You can use this conversion plate, but because this is a Mark 3.5, it actually comes with Mark 4 calipers and a banjo bolt as standard. So just going to remove this and swap them around so that we lose minimum amount of fluid. Just going to use this little brake hose clamp. Yep. So as you can see, the standard 3.5 brake line fits, and it's easy just to bolt on the banjo bolt. Job done. So this is basically what you should be left with off the car. So it's basically the old caliper, the old carrier, the old stub axle. This little bit you need to cut out of the dust cover so that it clears. Obviously the disc, the 4 bolts that bolt the stub axle on, and these are the sorry, and these are the 2 caliper carrier bolts. Now, we don't supply longer ones. You know, on the vented caliper carrier, the bolts, as you can see, are actually already quite a bit longer. So, you know, the 8mm from the spacer is more than enough. Otherwise, you just need a bolt that's 10mm longer than that. And I think that looks like it's a M10 by 125 pitch. Yep, so whatever that length is, that looks about, what, 20mm maybe. You need like a 30mm long one. Okay, so this is what you should be left over with, and as you've seen, the kit goes on pretty easy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, put the little bell alert, and just keep an eye out for more how-tos and projects that we are continuously doing.